which will help his peasants, you know, survive in case they get jacked. And Bloodmaster's like, oh sup, let me grab this EXP tome real quick and get level 4. Yeah, right, peace. LOL. So the Blademaster literally went from 3 to 4 from pure creepjacks. Yeah. So whatever, Todd's starting his arcane tower, he's gonna start the guard tower once he gets gold, which is right now. Poop, there it goes. I just use poop as an expression. Go me. But yeah, 4 blade, 3 SH, and they're coming in. So Todd has 48 food versus 49. Battle commences. You notice he's very camped by his towers. He's got his front line in front. Big surprise there. Oh, you're gonna get netted. That was bad, Todd. And he's gonna drop. That breaker's gonna drop. And the ensnare gets the rest of the bakers, you know, doesn't let them run in too quickly. So he speed scrolls and he's going to go for whatever he can. And he's trying to go for the casters, because that's the only thing he can really do a lot of damage to. He's got mostly raiders and spirit walkers. Spirit walkers don't do any damage, and raiders do very little to spell breakers. So, but he is in this back line, and the Blademaster doing pretty good damage, and you know he's chopping down priests right now, and they certainly can't out heal that. So that's doing pretty well. He's got one at 5 HP that needs to drop. There we go. So he's killed a good portion of his army. I mean, most of these units now are in fact our focuses. And he pops another chain heal, and he's got even more mana still. And he's like, oh crap, he invul bots. You know, there we go. Does the hero focus? But the tower is up. Towers are up is the main thing. He's got 2 Sorks still. The Panda's taking some damage, but he's gonna be alright with that. Now the Shadowhunter's in pretty bad shape, and he's like, oh crap, I just got my SH surrounded. And he pops the hero kill. And he's like, oh darn. So 43 food versus 25. Somehow, I don't know how, Focus lost everything in the last like 3 minutes or 30 seconds of that battle. Just because Spirit Link just eventually ate all the HP down, and it was like, yeah, Breath of Fire, sup. So that went quite well for him. I don't really know what micro per se made that work, but you know, a lot of slow and focus fire basically. He went for the Spirit Walkers first. He knocked them out very quickly, and then it was time to go for the Raiders. And the Raiders got knocked out pretty well. And I think Spell still got rid of a lot of the Link. And you know, because he's casting Dispel on all the slow and the water mentals, the Orc is, and he's recasting Link. And then it's like, oh, spell steal, or you know, just Dispel, you know, from the AOE of the Spirit Walkers, and Link's gone. And you're like, oh, let me just, you know, just abuse you real quick with the rest of my army now. So having all these passive abilities on his units is super helpful. He's getting Magic Sentry, which will allow him to cast Reveal on his Arcane Towers, and also look for the Blademaster if he's ever going to harass. It's very useful to have. It's completely worth getting. So, poop. Again, with the poop, there's Reveal. Well, it's eligible now, I should say. Blademaster's like, oh, yeah, I can totally get seen with this tower now. Well, that's hacks. So, double scroll's been picked up now for Todd, and that is another very important point. There we go, he sees the expansion with the Reveal. And I think he revealed Folks with Main a second ago as well. And saw War Mill. It's like, oh, tight, War Mill. So Folks has got to re-macro his army back. And Todd has got to be a little bit careful because he's only got 50 food. You know, I mean, his expansion's just kicking in, but he's like, well, crap, Folks' expansion's kicking in as well. What do I do about this? He's like, well, first of all, I'm super close to 4-4. And, you know, higher level Haze and more Brilliance, you know, that can't hurt. Notice he's already got Adept on the Sorks as well, because Invis is nice, and just the HP and mana in general is nice. Because if they're going to spell your crap, you might as well have a large basin of mana. So, hits 4-4. Yeah, uses the dust finally. Sees there's no Blademaster around. It's got the double scroll. And, yeah, it's been sort of a reserved playstyle. He never once attacked. You know, he's not crossed the midline of the map. He's been to the merchant, he's been to the marketplace. That's it. You know, it's a very forward-seeking game plan. You know, Panda is a very late-game-oriented hero. You know, Mounting is much more short-term, Beastmaster is much more short-term. But, you know, he's a strong strength hero that can tank. Strong strength hero? What? No way. But he's got really, really good abilities that just require leveling, and especially when you got Brilliance, or you're gonna have the mana to cast these. So Todd still with a double Sanctum is accumulating gold because he's only making from dual Sanctum, and he's still putting in Footmen because they are excellent tanks. You know, they don't cost lumber. I mean, he's got the spare gold. I mean, is most of the reason, and they, you know, they do bonus damage to raiders, and to the blade, and they do full damage to the blade master. I mean, he needs anti-raider, anti-hero. You know, I mean, he's got slow coverage, he's got piercing, he's got magic damage, he's got spells. None of that is particularly effective against heroes, and so he wants some normal damage. And yeah, breakers are good, and he's going to get what he can, but he still needs to make priests and sorks. You know, those are still a huge vital part of his army. But you notice, yeah, he is in fact spamming breakers. But when he gets, you know, the spare money, he does make footmen. Somehow he's subsisting on like 3 on lumber, and that actually scares me. That human is this good that they can have 3 on lumber and just be ridiculous. But whatever. It maximizes his army size. The power of war mills. Okay. So he's massing up in the middle, and he's like, alright, cool, I got 2 scrolls right now. I got a little bit of gold. He probably wants protection and invul pot. I would get both of those. He's got a mana potion on the Panda. That's really good. Because now he's going to have like 3 double casts, haze fires, plus maybe some more. So the Panda, oh, actually the blade master's like, oh sup, let me just check some items real quick, and he gets dusted. Did he steal the staff? Oh no, he just actually runs around with the windwalk. Alright, that's cool, that's easy. So I like how with scroll of speed he's actually doesn't seem to be at speed cap. That's amazing. Maybe he was, I don't know. What the fuck are you doing? Wow, you're a retard. Alright, well that's why he's gonna lose his battle. Now I know why Todd wins this game. Oops. Because he just lost all the HP on his Blade Master by being a freaking retard. But also you'll notice that Todd surged up. Notice Focus has 600 gold and 69 of 80, and Todd's breaking 80 food. Because that's how you win games that are macro fests. Is you time it right so that you will hit 80 food and 0 gold with scrolls. You know, so that your opponent's still massing gold and he's at 60, you broke into 80 and you fight right then. And that is exactly what Todd is doing. When you're playing this sort of macro battle, you want to fight as soon as you hit 80 food. Now I think what Focus could have done better, it'd be doing maybe a more Wyvern-centric strat. When your opponent is expanding, I mean, maybe it probably would have been hard because Haze Fire with the Panda and Water Metals and whatnot, and that's certainly a very big possibility, and the availability of Forest Troll Berserkers, the Mercs. But like Wyvern are super powerful. I mean, Todd doesn't have any defenses in his main that'll stop Wivs. He's got to add in freaking D-Hawk layers and all that fun stuff, and it's pretty difficult. So whatever. I think Focus threw away a fairly strong early game. Todd definitely just denied a footman in the middle of a battle. That was a good micro with that Sork right there, I'm not gonna lie. And the game is over. So Panda is a late game reaching hero. Tier 2, get units, then expand. Focus tried to fight when he got his level 3. And he got Dispel, and he got Ensnare, and a Healing Scroll. But towers were already up. This is why you build towers first with your expansion. Yeah, okay, fine. You built towers before your expansion. You're gonna have a little bit less gold than normal because you didn't have your town hall up right away. How about making sure the expansion goes up in the first place? A little bit more important. Just a little. So there's that. And in the meantime, I'm amazing. So, D-Boss is a noob. If you want training, email me, phreakwr@gmail.com. And if you're Uber Pro, congrats to you. And let's see. Anything else I want to bring up? Drugs are bad, okay?